perspective, is Hong Kong opening up fast enough?
I do believe so. I believe that this administration, as you have seen, is action-oriented by the fact that we are now sitting here without masks in the FinTech week with so many important financial personnel coming from around the world. They are being action-oriented. Obviously, they don't want to, at the best case, do not want to run a U-turn, given a lot of concerns on mainland China's on COVID going forward. So I think they're running a very tight ship, and I wish Hong Kong all the best.
Does this emphasis now, as we got the roadmap yesterday for creating more of a environment for digital assets and essentially down the road perhaps the trading of retail trading of cryptocurrencies, does this allow the mainland kind of a road forward as well for their digital assets economy? Right now you can't trade legally cryptocurrencies in China. Is that going to be Hong Kong's role to kind of be a test center for China and the digital assets?
I think it may be. I have no inside information, but I think it's taking advantage of this opportunity for Hong Kong is a very, very good opportunity.
When do you see the border opening up, though? Hong Kong's had a lot of challenges, Richard, obviously, and it's kind of exacerbated by the Fed and the rising interest rate environment. The Hong Kong dollar peg, is basically raising interest rates here, but geopolitical pressures are there, and then the border with China is still closed. When do you see that pressure alleviating on Hong Kong?
I think it will be a gradual process. I think that all the right DNA of what makes Hong Kong tick is still here, and I'm optimistic, but I think we need to be a little bit patient.
Need to be patient? Are we talking 6 months, do you think, or is there a time frame, do you think?
I think our administration here in Hong Kong has to navigate between Hong Kong's economic needs as well as the concern of the greater population of the nation as a whole. So I think it's a tightrope that they have to walk on.
As a businessman and investor, strategic investor, how do you then plan for the future out of Hong Kong? And what are you looking at?
I still feel that Hong Kong is a very good hub for ASEAN, is a very good financial hub for capital. So I have no complaints, and I think Hong Kong would continue and do well.
Are you concerned, though, by the brain drain that we've seen? The Hong Kong population has dropped 1.6% in the last year to June. Singapore has gained. I know you've heard that competition for years and years and years between Singapore and Hong Kong. Is Singapore eating Hong Kong's lunch, or is Hong Kong going to be back?
I believe that there is some brain drain, but I think that we would also have brain gain coming up. You heard the chief executive's policy on fighting to get talent back. And I believe that for everyone that leaves, there may be at least one, if not more, that would be coming to Hong Kong. So I'm not too concerned about that.
How difficult have the past 3 years been for you?
I think the past 3 years, in terms of the business that I am very enthusiastic in for FWD, during the COVID, the insurance industry has been hit, similar to other industries. It's the past 3 years has been weaker than all of the years prior to that. But we have still been growing in insurance. We have this value of new business. We still have been growing at 18% compound since 2019 during this COVID period. So 18% is a little bit less than what I've hoped for, but it's still respectable.
Where areas are you looking at? I know Southeast Asia is a big push. Is there any progress on a potential China license for FWD?
I think that that's too early to say, and we are optimistic on the economy in China, and we hope that we can make some progress there. But Southeast Asia, as it holds right now, has been outgrowing the rest of the world in this industry. So we are relatively happy, and also that the cost has been able to be contained, unless other regions with inflation going very, very, very high. We have in our insurance industry this measurement called underlying surplus, and we have swung from a negative last year to a material positive this year. So we cannot complain much.
Now, I know you can't comment specifically on the plans for an IPO, but for the viewers out there, we know that originally we heard that you were seeking upwards of $3 billion in the U.S. You scrapped that, coming to Hong Kong, maybe $1 billion. And I know you can't comment on it specifically, so I will give you that respect. But can you kind of comment on what the market is kind of shaping up? It's been a difficult equity market here in Hong Kong. The market is down more than 50% since February of last year and down 37% year to date. So can you kind of talk about why would you potentially go IPO now?
Again, I cannot comment on when and we'll go on IPO, but I can tell you, and it's in public statement, that in the past 12 months we have in private capital raised over 1.8 billion US without having to go IPO. So in terms of capital, we are very comfortable where we are, and at the right moment, our board would decide when is a good timing to tap the market.
Okay, maybe within the next year. That's the last time I'll go fishing.
I could comment on that. Yeah.
Okay.